So I use the buffing wheels you see in the workshop there to get a real high gloss on that ivory. And then what I do is I take a sharp steel needle. And everybody thinks there's a trick to this. There's no trick. There's no motor. There's no battery. There's no heat. It's just a sharp steel needle. And I take that needle and I literally score a line in the polished ivory. To get that line straight, I make a plastic template. When I need curved lines, I make curved templates. I'm able to take these templates and hold them down to the deck or to the side of the ship, and then my needle can ride that template and I can score a really nice straight line. And once I score that line, I take the template away, and then I take a Q-tip and I dip it into a bottle of India ink, and I smear ink on there like I'm 5 years old. I just smear it on everywhere. The ink races to the score line and sets up. And the reason this works is kind of interesting. Ivory is a material that has microscopic pores, but the pores do not connect to one another. An engineer would say zero permeability. The ink goes into that score line, and those first bank of pores grab onto those little molecules of ink, and it's an instant lock. You're done. You're not getting the ink out of those pores. But those pores are blocking out any other pore from getting that ink. So all the neighboring pores, they're blocked out. You guys could all picture if this were wood, the ink would keep going. With ivory, it stops. That first bank of pores have it, they're locking everybody else out. There's no bleeding. The ink doesn't bleed to the left or to the right. Can't go any deeper than it does. So you smear the ink on, and then you just wipe off the excess with a damp rag, and you've got a black line. Now, one line follows the next. A ship like this has a deck that looks as if it has 20 planks. But that deck is one piece of ivory. It has 19 score lines, and then it looks like it has 20 planks. When I do the cabins, I feel like a cartoon artist. I'm drawing in with a metal needlepoint. I'm drawing in the doors and the windows. The ink gets in. We see the doors and the windows. Now, once all the lines are done, then I go in to do the gray areas and the black areas. The shaded areas are done by taking the needle point in any given area, poking tiny dots, and filling those dots with ink. And if the dots are deep and close together, then that area goes black. And as you lighten up on the dots, make them shallower and spread them out, you start to get all those different shades of gray. And you can get anything from off-white to pitch black. It's all on how you pattern and poke those tiny little bitty dots. Now, the tool here is very simple. This is an old mechanical pencil, and it's holding on to an old drill bit. We get a lot of mileage out of drill bits around here. So I've taken a drill bit, I've made it sharp on the tail end, and that is the entire engraving department. With scrimshaw, you don't have 3 or 4 tools. You don't have a room full. You have one needle point and a bottle of ink, and that is your workforce. And so I just use a mechanical pencil so that it's comfortable, and that's what I engrave with.
Do you work under, like using